Hello. How's it going, everyone? Boom! Hey, hey! How is everybody? Is everybody there? I can't see any chat popping up. I don't know if it's, is the chat working? Because I've said hello and I can't even see that. Let's see. Bring it up on my phone. I can see my hello on my phone, but I can't see it in the preview here. Anyway, I'm sure it is there. Somebody say hi if it's there. And welcome to another adventure read, you know. Today we're actually doing something a little bit differently than fighting fantasy, which is what we normally do. Today we're doing a book that I wrote, in fact. This book here came out I think it was 19, so 2 years ago. And I thought, yeah, let's give it a go, shall we? So if you can hear me, then please type something in the chat, because I still haven't anything come up for that. I'm not even sure if my chat is working. See, now so I've got a preview of on my phone, and I can see, you're right, Leon, you've said hey, but it's not showing on my. So rip YouTube, all right? I'm going to have to watch it on my phone, I think, in order to get the right thing, because for some reason it ain't working. Hey, it's just died. Okay, well, whatever. You're right, Leon. How's it going, mate? Leo, how's it going? Hello, welcome. We're going to be starting in a second. We'll just give it a bit of time. And while we do that, I'll go through... like, what is this, man? What is this book all about? Lords and Kings, The Blood Wars. Yeah, what's it all about? Well, believe it or not, it's not the only book I've written and released. It's actually like the 5th book I've written and released. There's a whole load of them. Let me try and get the right ones here. There's a whole load of them. There's like... It's the 6th book of my release. So there's 5 others, right, that I've released. They're all available on Amazon, right? And the other books are a series called the 100 series, and they're very short stories, very thin, as you can see, but they only take like an hour to complete, but they're really super hard. Like, you'll never do it in the first try, ever. Guaranteed, you know? And this book is part of the 400 series, a little bit like the Fighting Fantasy, where there's 400 entries that tell the story. Although this one, you get to choose one of 8 different characters, which is exactly what we're going to do. And it also is set around the same story as 3 of these other ones. These are all to do with the crypt and werewolves and vampires. And basically, these are all set in the same location. So if you read these 3, it really helps you for that one. So they're all kind of tied together. Anyway, let's get to it. Now, the way that everything works is slightly different from Fighting Fantasy. You get let's see here. We have to roll. We still have to roll for our abilities. Now, it's not skill. It's called ability. Okay. It's not stamina. It's called health. Although luck is luck. So, if you're familiar with the Fighting Fantasy, this is pretty much easy, but it's done slightly differently, and the battles are done in the exact same way that we've been doing the Fighting Fantasy battles. That's the way that I feel is more appropriate. And you have to roll slightly differently as well for your abilities and stuff. So to figure out your ability score, you have to roll a 12-sided dice. So we got the 2 dice. So we roll that. I got 6, and it says you add 3 to that number. So our ability is 9, okay? Which I can't type in the chat because, unfortunately, I'm about to do it on my phone. For some reason, the chat has broken down on my end. So I'm going to have to do it on my phone. Rip YouTube, innit? Hey, Peter, how's it going, mate? Welcome. Do you know what, Pete? It's going to be a bit of a ball like this because... Oh, there we go. There I can. There we go. I've done it now. I've done it. Okay, I didn't think I was going to be able to do that because the chat system for YouTube for me has broken down. But we're all good. We're all good. Okay. By the way, Pete, I've done it for you. Right, so our health, we have to roll 12-sided dice, and we have to add 10 to that result. So we rolled a 5, and then we add 10, which is 15 for our health. So, I mean, to be honest, these kind of scores are a bit bumsy, to be honest. But they're kind of like typical Final Fantasy scores. And then for our luck, we roll I believe it's a 6-sided dice, and you add 7 to that number. So I rolled a 4. It's 11 in it. To count that. Right, so luck. Nothing ever changes. Right, there we go. What did I say? 11. So that's an okay score for luck. That's all right. So we got a score of 11. Now, unfortunately, we haven't got any items with us because we don't know who we're going to be. You guys get to choose between 8 different characters to play as, okay? And it's going to be a collective decision. It's pretty simple, okay? So don't worry about it. But there's no items. You don't get a sword or a shield or any meals given to you. You have to pick up everything in the game, okay? So nothing comes for free, guys. Also, at the end of this video, I'll announce what book we're going to do. Or rather, I'll let you choose what book we're going to do in 2 weeks' time when we do the thing. Also, I'm just going to put a quick advertisement link to my website in the chat, which I don't know how I'm going to do that because I can't paste. Right, I'll have to type it in as this then. Basically, www.AdamJPestridge. Can't believe I've got to do it like this, man. .com. Okay. There you go. Go to that website. You'll get a free book. Okay, a free directory book from me. That is basically the guide to the world that I've created, which is called Rye. Okay, it explains all the continents, the history of the whole planet, everything. It's always being updated, so every new book release there is an update. Is it available at Book Depository? Leftists and Scums. Oh, right. That's you, dude, is it? Okay, that's your new name. All right, fair enough. I'll just call you Scums, mate. All right, for short. It's not available at Book Depository, no, but it is coming to Waterstones. All my books will be coming to Waterstones. I think it's either the end of this year or next year. So they're all available on Amazon, by the way. Just type my name into Amazon, and they all come up. Anyway, enough of the sales pitches. Yeah, let's get to it. Right, who's ready to play Lords and Kings: The Blood Wars? Yeah, F's in the chat if you're all ready. Because we're going to do this, guys, and you guys get to choose. This is going honestly, this is going to be so much fun. This book is a little bit easier than the 100 series books, by the way. The 100 series books are really hard to do, okay? These books are a little bit easier. And I'm not seeing any F's in the chat, guys. Are you guys not ready? You're right, Googleplex. How's it going, mate? Do you guys need a couple of minutes to get your coffees in order? Come on, guys. Honey and lemon I've got. Let's get some F's in the chat. There we go. Now they're coming in. Right, here we go, guys. A little bit of background first, yeah? A little bit of background. So, I'll just quickly tell you, in the planet of Rye, there are four main areas of land. There's a landmass called Athena, Tues, the Deadly Three, and Zanukia, right? They're the three landmasses. So this story takes place on Athena. It is one continent on the planet Rye. It's one of the largest, and it has many ports and cities within. It's been around for about 3,000 years since all the lands were formed. Its history has been fought with endless war and destruction. Even to this day, there are battles that take place and blood is spilled on the land. To the north of the land, there is a city called the King's Keep, a very quiet city with a single castle in it. The King's Keep, guys. Yeah? King's Keep. There must be some delay. Yeah, I think there is like a 15-second delay, guys. Not many people live there, for the history of that city is a long, sad one. Many have died within the walls of the city, and so many people value living there. To the south of the land lies Port Fern, on the coast of the Blood Boil Sea, quite the opposite to the King's Keep. Many people come from miles around to enter the gates and trade their spices amongst its citizens. It too has a tortured past, and many people within the city live in fear most nights. The Lord keeps his citizens in line. He is a mysterious ruler who many have never seen. A secret war has been raging for thousands of years between the two families, the rulers of the King's Keep and the rulers of Port Fern. The war has been passed on down through the family's descendants, and today still the war rages on, without many in the land knowing of its existence. King Tyrannus, the ruler of the King's Keep to the north, has managed to keep his land from ever being attacked by the Lord's armies. The king has made attempts by sending mercenaries to Port Fern in the past, but never made it back. King Tyrannus has personally never made the journey to Port Fern, but many have been sent on his behest. It's about a week's journey between the two cities, and the land between is fraught with danger. Each year, King Tyrannus sends 2 volunteers to make the journey to Port Fern, but none have ever returned. Both families have lost loved ones over the years, and many family members have died in great battles that have taken place. With each passing year, the battles get smaller and smaller as King Tyrannus and his age simply cannot keep up with the Lord's family. Amazon charges a high postage fee to Singapore. Okay, but you don't live in Singapore, so what's the point in saying that, dude? Alright? $50. Why are they charging dollars in Singapore, mate? Anyway. Each year, King Tyrannus sends 2 volunteers. Both families have lost loved ones over the years, and many family members have died in great battles that have taken place. With each passing year, the battles get smaller and smaller as King Tyrannus and his age simply cannot keep up with the Lord's family. The king has plans to hand over his kingdom to his son, Volderum. Right, now I want to state, guys, when I wrote this book, which was about 5-6 years ago, I started writing this book, I had never seen any of the Harry Potter films. So the fact that I've got Volderum, right, in here, it had nothing to do with Harry Potter. I had not even heard of that name. I've seen the Harry Potter films since, but I didn't when I wrote this. So coincidental, by the way, guys. It's completely coincidental. Volderum, in the coming months, he wants to ensure that what he hands over will give him the strength to rid the Lord and his family from the land forever. But he's still going on about the postage, man. What's going on? US $50, they said. I don't know what that means. Athena is truly a land divided between good and evil. 2 rulers tear apart the people in the middle for their own gain. No one steps down, and only one can win. The Lord keeps quiet, and nobody knows what evil plan he hatches daily for the king. The king travels around, finding people to join his army every single month. Many in the land of Athena know more of the king than they do of the Lord. Many stay clear of both. King Tyrannus enjoys holding tournaments within his castle grounds for his own amusement in order to attract people from the surrounding areas. Many come just to watch the games, but some do not return home with their families. The king wishes for peace in the land before he dies. He has heard of an evil surfacing in Tues, a continent to the east, an evil arising from the desert that may cause chaos in Rye. The king wishes to make a final plea to the Lord to end his bloodthirsty battle of theirs. Below the depths of the castle, the king holds a dungeon of prisoners, many of whom are there for punishment, others because the king requires bodies to help him in battle. The iron cages are filled with humans, orcs, trolls, elves, and dwarfs. It is a filthy dungeon. The smell of decay lingers in the air, and many die within weeks from starvation. The king himself has support from a wizard that not many have ever seen or known has even existed. Wizards have been banned in the last 30 years since the Great Wizard War. The wizard has helped the king many times in battle and continues to aid him with his health. Many attribute the king's long lifespan to the wizard's sorcery. King Tyrannus carries in his possession at all times an artifact worn around his neck, a small round stone medallion with a skull's head on it, cast in metal. It is the oldest artifact known to the planet. No one knows where it came from or what its purpose is, but the king never lets it out of his sight. The king has a plan to rid the Lord and pass his kingdom on down to his son. First, he would need to send out 8 individuals on different missions to ensure its success. He has instructed the wizard to help him find a group of people who may be called upon to join him in this quest. And this is where you guys come in. Harry Potter is overrated. Okay. There is $50 postage in the US, not Singapore. Guys, why are we still talking about postage, man? Come on. Get your heads in the game, guys. Right? So, can I just say as well, by the way, like, in this book here, if you flick to the back, there's actually other titles in the 100 series. There's 12 of them. 13 if you count the first one. Only the first 4 so far have ever been released. Footsteps in the Snow was supposed to be released last year, but of course COVID came along, so I've basically delayed it, and it won't be coming out until later this year or next year. I think it's next year. And then continuing on with all the others. In the front of the book, there are other titles in the 400 series as well that are actually announced. And one of them being called The Seven Seas of Rye, and another being called Princes of the Universe, which are actually Queen songs. And the whole there's a whole history, by the way, to read up on in the Rye book that you can get on my website. Just literally type my name in .com, and you can go get a free book from my website. Okay. So that's the backstory, basically, to the adventure, guys. An impressive backstory. Well, thank you, Googleplex. Yeah, I know I get that there's a delay in the chat. Don't worry about it. It's all good, guys. It's all good. Right, we're ready. Let's begin. In the land of Athena, there is both good and there is evil. Each side has different morals and strengths. Each side has different weaknesses and politics. You must carefully select which side you wish to remain on. Athena is a large land with forests, deserts, swamps, and open plains, and there are 6 coastal ports where live thousands of residents, and a few cities in the middle, host to millions of bodies. Do you wish to live your life for the good and fight for injustice and freedom, or do you wish to take the freedom and cause chaos throughout the land? You need to make a choice, guys. Do you wish to play this book as evil, or do you wish to play this book as good? It needs to be a group decision, so everybody in the chat put either good or itsy rules, okay? Go for it! And this is going to decide which type of player you're going to be. So it's basically going to take the 8 and narrow it down to 4, okay? So do you want to play as good, or do you want to play as evil, guys? Alright? And as I say, at the end of this video, we'll decide which book for Fighting Fantasy we'll be reading in 2 weeks' time. It'll either be Blood Bones or Eye of the Dragon, so keep in mind which one you want to vote for at the end of this. So Googleplex says evil. You get more freedom. Who other? Come on, let's have a good or evil, guys. Leo says join the dark side. That's two. Two for evil. Come on, scum. What are you going to vote as? Internet's playing up a little bit. Peter says evil. That's 3 for evil, guys. If one more person says evil, then we're going evil, okay? Because there's only 7 viewers, and so far 3 out of the 7 have voted. So, let's have some more votes, yeah? What are we going to do? Okay, well, I guess the lurkers don't want to vote. Let's go for evil then, guys. We'll go for evil. Evil. For all the evil in the world, there is not enough of it to fit into a thimble. Everyone believes they are doing right. You live to serve. You serve yourself. Okay? You have lived your life for the rule of one. You know what must be done and what is right in this world. Sometimes many people say you are doing wrong. In fact, you know of life more than they. How dare they tell you what you are required to do when they themselves have not lived your life? You are a survivor. Most of your life you have stayed nearby the woods and a river source. Everything you have needed is there, water to drink and food to find. Unlucky for you, though, on one such hunt for food, you came across the king's men. The king's men are known to be rude individuals. It took no time at all before one of them spat at you in a language you did not understand. You have always lived a life of manners and respect. For those that do not show it to you, they need to be educated to the system of respect. Maybe taking on 7 soldiers was not a good idea that day, as they quickly captured you and bound you up in the dungeons beneath the castle. This morning, you were taken out, and you find yourself being taken to an underground room, headed down a tunnel and led through a system of corridors beneath the king's castle. Not much is known of the king. He is the ruler of the northern lands, and you have never seen him. It seems you are in a corridor to a dungeon. This soon... Hang on, we're in a dungeon, guys. Hang on, let's queue up the dungeon scary shit, yeah? Where's the dungeon stuff? Ah. Hang on, we need the dungeon scary stuff here. I haven't queued it up correct. Rip me. I thought I had dungeon queued up. I didn't. Right. Creepy dungeon. There we go. There we go. We're in a dungeon, guys. Get that one playing. Can you do an evil laugh, please? How's that? The morning you were taken out and you find yourself being taken to an underground room. It seems you were in a corridor to a dungeon. This soon leads upwards to some stairs that go up into a tower, and you are both taking into a room. So it seems you're with somebody now. Soon you come to a door leading into a small chamber. Outside the window, there are woods opposite, and the sound of water can be heard nearby. Who are you, though? Who are you, guys? You look around to see 4 others with you in your group, and they all turn looking around at others in the group as well, including yourself. But who are you? Who would you like to be? Do you want to play as a thief? Do you want to play as an ogre? Do you want to play as a troll? Or do you want to play as a dark elf? Okay? So, here are the options, guys. You get troll, ogre. This is like Skyrim, basically, isn't it? Troll, ogre, thief, or what did we say? Dark elf. That's it. Dark Elf, right? Guys, choose one of those characters. The majority rules again, innit? Who are you? Who am I? So Googleplex says he wants to play as a troll. Is that... Oh, no, he's taking that back. He doesn't mean... He means internet troll. What are we playing as, guys? Everybody put your comments in the chat below, you know, on the side or wherever your chat is. Put who you want to play as. An ogre, a troll, a thief, or a dark elf. Make your decision. Live or die. Here we go. So 1 for troll so far. 1 for dark elf. Here we go. Then we're going to get an ogre. And then we're going to get a thief. And then we'll be right back where we start. It's like... Are there any benefits or abilities for each one? Well, Leon, come on, mate. Eh? You've got to find that out by, you know, doing it. I mean, put it like this, Leon. There are benefits to being certain people in life anyway, isn't it? Tall people can reach things off higher shelves. Little people have to jump. So there's a benefit to being tall there. Isn't it? Why is everybody retracting their message, man? Pete says thief. There we go. Now we just need the ogre now, don't we? So we've got all these different people, but we can only choose one, guys. You can only have one. Yeah? One. Is there anybody else to vote there? I mean, so far we've got 3 different answers. I need, you know, okay. Otherwise, it'll go to round 2, and then you'll have to choose one of those 3, and you can't choose one that you chose before. Adam has clearly planned this book out methodically and delicately. I really like it. Oh, thank you, mate. Hey, Flaming Heron, how's it going? Hey, Flaming Heron, choose one of the characters: troll, ogre, thief, or dark elf, mate. Choose one of those characters, yeah. Ogre. So there we go. Right, so all 4 have been chosen. Flaming Heron, you get to choose the deciding one. Okay, Pete, you've already voted, mate. So, Flaming Heron, whatever you choose, we're basically going to go with. Oh, hang on, wait. Scums has said thief. So that's 2 for thief now. So, Flaming Heron, what are you going to choose, mate? So far, it's a thief, unless Flaming Heron has, you know, something else up his sleeve. Hashtag Team Troll. Yeah, tell me about it, man, innit? Come on, Flaming Heron, mate. Who would you choose out of the characters? You got ogre, you got thief, you got troll, and you've got dark elf. Who would you choose to play as? I mean, we can't. We're all evil, by the way. You know, he's going for the thief. We're going for the thief. Here we go, guys. Guys, you're a thief. All right. You're a scummy little thief. All right. The world goes black, and when you open your eyes, your head is aching. You don't know what just happened, actually. Your memory seems to be gone. You look around to find yourself in a cell with other humans, and you find a dark elf sitting next to you. It's a filthy cell with slime oozing down the walls, and people chained to the walls, you know. Some are not chained, and they sit just like you. You do not recognize anyone in here, but you feel you've been to this cell before. You and the dark elf are grabbed from where you sit by 2 big guards. Weak from your ordeal, you cannot do anything but just go along with it. You were both led out of the cell and walked down a tunnel, and it seems you were in a corridor to a dungeon. This soon leads upwards to some stairs that go up into a tower, and you were both taken into a room. Ooh. As long as the guy's not named Zed, I think you'll be okay, yeah? If his name is Zed, dude, you're in trouble. The fact that you get to be evil and be an evil troll just sells this book. Well, that's it. You get to choose. You play good or bad, innit? The guard points to you. This one will do. He seems like a good listener enough to hear. The big strong guards grab you either side and lead you down a small corridor leading to a door. The corridor is made of stone and candles hang on the walls every 5 feet for light. The guards are dressed in black metal armor with shiny silver helmets covering their heads. The plating on their armor has spikes on the shoulders and round bowl-like plates covering their elbows. They truly look like menacing men as they tower above you. They both stand at least 8 feet tall and need to stoop as they walk down the corridor. They open the wooden door. "Go on then, get inside," as they move their arm forward for you to go in. You look at the guard and recognize the voice as that of an orc, and reluctantly walk inside to see a wizard standing beside a bookcase. He has black long hair and a long silky black beard. His clothes are made from silk and he has long fingernails at the end of his thin fingers. He is dressed in all blue, from his pointed hat to his cloak wrapped around his body. And as soon as you both walk in, he places the book down on the shelf and turns to you. Sounds a bit like Ollie, this dude, doesn't he? From the Fighting Fantasy Gamebook group. If anybody knows who that is. "Oh no, this will not do. He will need a companion for the dangerous trip." His voice is very sharp, yet has a strange kindness to it that you do not trust fully either. The other guard in the corridor walks away and soon brings back another person who stands next to you, who is also in chains. "Ah, I'm so glad you chose to visit. Hello. My name is not important, but what is of extreme importance is that your decision is either to stay or go." As he talks, your eyes kind of move around the room, and there is a door to the left that is shut and a table in front of you which has papers all over it. "I can see you have been through the wars already. Are you ready for more, or do you want to just walk away?" The statement concerns you, and you suddenly turn to listen to him. "I thought that might get your attention. The king is not very well these days. He is also very tired with playing sports himself, and prefers to watch others. He has a tournament about being held tomorrow down in the pit. He would like both of you to attend." As he finishes talking, the guards slowly close the door, slamming it behind you. "Of course, you can say no, but if you want your freedom, you must earn it. Nothing in Rye is for free." He stops and looks at both of you. He motions his hands, and your shackles that tie your hands and feet together fall to the floor, freeing you. Now, you can take this opportunity to rejoin the world outside if you want, right? Or you can stay put. So, do you wish to listen to more of his talking, or will you lunge to attack him? Okay? Guys, what do you want to do? Do you want to listen, or do you want to attack him? Don't trust kindness. Being good is bad. That's it, guys. That's exactly it. Get into the spirit of evil, yeah? So what do you want to do, guys? Do you want to talk to him, or do you want to lunge to attack him? Remember, every decision there is a consequence. Just remember that. What do you want to do? And just remember, guys, this is just one of the 8 different stories in this book. Googleplex says listen to him. Okay. Let's listen to him then. What has he got to say? You both wait and look at each other. Before you can say anything, the wizard continues. "Good. As you may or may not know, the king of this land wishes to pass on what he has to his heir. A war has been raging for over 250 years between his family and a family to the south. He does not want to hand over his reign with bad blood on his hands. This is dangerous times here, and the king wishes for peace to come to this land. You both are very important to resolving this conflict between the two families, earning your freedom from this castle and a healthy value, and a healthy value of land to live on." Guys, you're going to get some land, eh? If you do this mission right, you're going to be swimming in it. During his speech, you notice the 2 guards are gone behind you, and only one remains in the corner of the room. He is looking out the window at the full moon outside. You could use this opportunity to escape or follow the wizard as he wishes to show you something. What do you wish to do? Do you wish to follow the wizard, or do you wish to try and jump out of the window and escape? I know you're not telling us that you're the next Fighting Fantasy guest author. Imagine. Okay. What do you reckon? Do you want to try and jump out the window, or do you want to continue with this wizard and what he's got to say? This reminds me of a moment from Armies of Death when you have to listen to Ian Livingstone reminisce for ages. What? Follow the wizard, Leo says. Okay, let's follow the wizard here. Let's see what he's got to say. Let's listen to his bullshit, shall we? What's he got to say? Come on, Wizzy. What are you doing? You're both taken to a room in next to the room, yeah? Go through the door. And you just come from. Inside lays the king on his bed. Who you are confronted with is a dying man. He lays on his bed dressed with furs. He carries round his neck a medallion, and on his head his white hair down to his shoulders. As you both are ushered to a table by the wizard, the king's eyes open slowly, and he looks over at you. The wizard turns to you both, asking you with a gentle voice, "The king would like you to drink from the goblet on the table here to toast your life." The king smiles and tries to talk. The wizard walks over to him and listens by his mouth. After a while, the wizard smiles and addresses you both. "The king has announced that if you refuse the power he can offer you, he will consider it a rejection and an act of rudeness. You have no idea what's in the goblet or what the king really wants with you. Will you accept his offer to drink from the goblet, or will you decline his offer, guys? What do you want to do here?" It's Macbeth. Right. Googleplex is educated. So what do you want to do? Do you want to drink from the goblet, or do you want to say, "Man, I ain't touching that shit. I don't even know what's in it"? What are we doing? Accepting or declining? Yeah? Make your choice, live or die. Googleplex says decline! What the fuck? Okay. Decline his offer. Looking at him, you decide to decline the offer of the drink. The wizard looks at you with stern look in his eyes. The king closes his eyes once again, and you feel you may have offended your host. The wizard looks behind you, and he makes a gentle notion of his head. Suddenly, you feel absolute pain in your head, and the guard behind you clubs you over the head until you are killed. Your adventure is over, guys. That's it. Game over. What the fuck? Decline the offer to the king. I mean, that's it, guys. That's it. I'm kind of like, Urgh. I mean, it's game over, guys. That's it. We died. Like, declined the king's offer to drink from the goblet. We'll never know what happens now. We'll never find out what actually happens in this book with as the thief on his adventure. You know? Unbelievable. You're not evil, what can I say? Oh, no, sorry, you're evil. He really wanted you to drink that. Yeah, he did. He really wanted you to drink that. It was, for some reason, it was what he wanted you to do. Like, you know, I don't know why, but this truly is a fighting fantasy book. I mean, guys, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, guys. I can't believe. I thought you guys would have drunk from the book. From the book. I honestly thought you guys would have drunk from the cup. I never in a million years thought somebody would say decline it. You know. At least it wasn't me who killed us. Guys, if you do want to get that book, by the way, there's the link to that book. You can go and get that book. There's 8 different characters you play as, okay? My internet's playing up. Maybe it's just our luck with any of these adventures. No, no. Unless you buy the book, right? I mean, yeah, if you want to find out what happens now, you're going to have to go buy the book because Googleplex has bloody killed us. My time would have come to do this. Internal evil laughs. Look at that, eh? Unbelievable. Theirs doesn't work for anyone else, I guess. Yeah, so click the link if you want to go get that book, guys. You've got 8 different adventures to play as. Okay? 8 different stories to play as. You know, to be honest, they're all different. Every single one of those 8. If you play as good, if you play as evil, there's 8 basically different adventures. But I'm going to tell you this now, guys. There's only 1, or maybe 2, that will actually complete the book. And I'm not going to tell you which ones they are. So basically, you've probably got to read this book about 8 different times to get to the end of the book. But, as I said, these other 3 books here, Escape from the Crypt of the Vampire, and Within the Forest of the King's Keep, these actually have clues in these books to help you complete that book easily. So if you've read those 3, you kind of know what to do in that book. Do you know what I mean? How many books have I done in total? Okay, I've written far more than I've published. I've written about 25 books so far, guys. I've only published 6 of these. Okay? There's only 6 that have been published. There's 2 different types of books. There's the 400 series, which, as you can see, are very thick. They're just like normal fighting fantasy books. They're bigger stories. They're kind of average in terms of can you complete them or not. But then there's the 100 series, which are very shorter books, okay? But these are mega difficult. Like, you'll never make it on the first go. You'll always die. But each time you play it, you learn more about how to complete it. But once you do know the route through the book, it'll only take you like an hour to complete it. So, I've done 5 of the 100 series, and I've done 1. But like I said, I've already written like another 15 books that are waiting to be published. The 400 series comes out like once every 2 years, and then the 100 series comes out like 3 times a year. So the next book that is due to come out, which is Footsteps in the Snow, is due to come out. I think it's next year. So you can tell I like crypts. Well, to be honest, I like the planet that I've created called Rye. The dungeons, crypts, they're just one small area that I chose to start in. There's forests to explore. There's deserts, which is the next 400 series book we explore, which is called The Desert of the Empire of Skull Desert. That's the next one. That'll come out in a couple of years' time, to be honest. We need to start a petition to make Adam a fighting fantasy author. I mean, to be honest, yeah, I'd be happy to write for a fighting fantasy book. Not a problem. Hey, shall we actually do one? Do you know what, guys? Everybody, if you join my Discord, there's a link down below. We'll actually put together a story and we'll submit it to Ian Livingston. I know him, like, I've spoken with Ian before. I'll submit this story. I'll write the book as well, guys. I'll write the book. We create the story and we submit it to, Scholastic and Ian Livingston and see if we can get it published as a fighting fantasy book that we've all collectively written. How's that, guys? Do you want to do that? Guys, if you want to do that, jump in my Discord, yeah? And start chatting in the Black Lobster Inn, Start putting your ideas down, and we'll sort this out. Yeah. Your dream job is to become a fighting fantasy author. Here it is, mate. Your dream is being offered to you on a plate. What do you say? Eh? What do you say? Get into my Discord, guys. Get into the Black Lobster Inn. Let's start chatting. Yeah? You could sense some influences from Jonathan Green. In all honesty, before I wrote Lords and Kings, I had not read the Howl of the Werewolf book. There is no influence from that book in this book. I hadn't, like, I started writing this like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I only finished writing it in 2018, and then it was released in 2019. Or, no, 2017 I finished it. But, by the way, this book, by the way, guys, let me tell you a little history of this book. Every time I had split up with my partner, right? Every time a girl dumped me, basically, I wrote this book. That's when I put some time and effort into this book. So there was about 3 instances in my life where somebody had left me. You know, first it was my wife, who's now my ex-wife, and then there was 2 other girls that I'd met, and they both basically dumped me. And that's when I started writing this book. I finished it in 2017. I published it in 2019. So this book is truly made up of, you know, heartache, you know, put together. It's stitched together by heartache and breakup. So there's a little interesting fact for you guys about the book. So turn to page 1. Yeah, definitely, guys. Now the difficulty makes sense. Yeah, guys. Anyway, guys, I'm going to actually put myself in the vocal channel down in the Black Lobster Inn, which is the live stream hangout. So if anybody actually wants to chat about this, feel free. Like, I'm in there now. And anybody wants to come in and chat with me, go for it, right? But this stream is now going to end. Maybe we'll start this again in a few months' time and have another crack at this book, you know? But for now, that's it, guys. Screwed the pooch on that one. It's time to say goodbye. Thank you guys so much for turning up. It's been a bit of a short one, to be fair. Like, we've only been going for, like, what, an hour? Less than an hour? Less than an hour, guys. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate that. And, oh, hang on a second. No, we need to choose which book are we doing, guys? Which book are we doing in 2 weeks' time, guys? Hang on. Which book, guys, do you want in 2 weeks' time for the Fighting Fantasy? Eye of the Dragon or Blood Bones? What do you want, guys? Everybody make your decision for which book you want to read in 2 weeks' time. Eye of the Dragon or Blood Bones? What do you reckon? I think everyone's going to leave now, actually, because I've already said goodbye. Everyone's going to start dropping off. It's like, oops. I mean, that's cool. If everybody drops off, I'll just make a decision. Oh, there we go. Blood Bones is one. Anybody else? Blood Bones or Eye of the Dragon? I can't actually remember what happens in either of these books, to be honest. Like, I honestly can't remember. Get the other one out of sight. Why? What's wrong with Eye of the Dragon? I mean, rip whoever wrote it, like, you know. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I've heard that Blood Bones is far better read. Shall we do Blood Bones then, guys? We'll do Blood Bones, alright, guys? Thank you so much for watching, guys. And I'm going to say... What am I going to say? I'm going to say take care, guys. Bye-bye.